Hi everyone, and welcome to OT104 Office Procedures and Systems, or Office Systems and Procedures. This is the Spring 2020 semester, and I pray that all of you had an enjoyable holiday season, as well as a relaxing and enjoyable semester break. And also, I wish you all a very good New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. All the best for the new year. Some of you are graduating this semester. How wonderful. We'll be losing you, but happy to see you move on. So let's take a look and see what this course is all about. All right, first of all, obviously you came into the announcements page when you knew that the course was made available and you're watching the video. All right, so let's take a look at the instructor information. That is, I am your instructor, Professor Sandy, and here I am. Here's my little mugshot. The office location is going to, since this is an online class, we are conducting our office hours on Blackboard Collaborate. However, you will be able to see me face to face if you really need to see me in my office hours. I have those posted in the syllabus, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. as I have over here, and also Blackboard Collaborate Ultra or by appointment via email. This is a little bit about who I am. Some of you have had me in classes before, so you already know who I am. All right, what is the course information? So let's start by looking at the syllabus. Making sure the purpose of this video is to make sure that you all understand how to navigate the menu bars. Almost all of you have had Blackboard before, so this is not anything that should be new to you, but I want to make sure that you're aware, since this is the first time this course is taught totally online. All right, so let's start with the syllabus. Okay. Okay, so here is our syllabus, and I have it in a PDF file so that you could see much easier on your mobile devices. Okay, everything that I told you about, everything that's on the syllabus is in the Blackboard in those folders to make things a lot easier for you. We talk about the course description. Make sure you read through all of this, course objectives, guidelines to professionalism. Even though most of this addresses a face-to-face class, remember you're going to be employed and working, and sometimes you may be in a virtual environment, but all of the concepts are still the same. Submitting work on time, getting to work on time, all right, all of that is still the same. General education, you've chosen to come to a college, and this is what we do in a college. General education, welcoming you to Office Systems and Procedures, OT104, explaining what the asynchronous and fully online section is all about. This is also follow-up assignments, talking about different things. Again, this is also online in course information. Want to bring to your attention, folks, that there is no extra credit and there is no incomplete for this class. There's no reason for extra credit. The amount of work that you have and will be doing is going to be enough for more than 15 weeks of a semester. So no extra credit and no incomplete unless you're on debt. You are on debt's doorstep. We talk about learning styles. All of you have completed an e-portfolio in the past. We're going to concentrate on updating that e-portfolio. Women's History Month events, Women's History Month events, so that you will be able to attend one of the activities and report on it. You'll have QR assignments, quantitative reasoning assignments that should be enjoyable and something challenging for you to take a look at. We have a capstone project and follow-up assignments, team assignments. Assignments are all due on the day and the time that they're posted. No exceptions will be made. If you submit after the due date and time, the 0 will remain. This is the required text, and I'll show you the text in the menu bar, menu frame. Dress requirements. The men in the class, there are men in this class. All right, this is how you are to dress, with a suit, okay? And this is how you are to dress if you're a woman. Or if you present as a woman, or if you present as a man, this is how you are to dress. All right? No exceptions. Now, if you have problems, now is the time to tell me, not the day of the team midterm presentation. That is not when I want to hear your concerns. I want to hear them now. All right, the tentative schedule, we're going to start with Chapter 5, go into Chapter 7. Look at our topics: telecommunications, processing mail office, records management, scheduling and appointing and receiving visitors, making travel arrangements, planning meetings, developing effective oral presentations, time management, developing professional skills, understanding the changing office, and preparing to meet the challenge. Okay, so you notice, folks, that you have a midterm exam and you have a midterm presentation. And you also notice that you have the spring break, obviously, and the team final presentation and the team final, and then the final exam. There's no team final exam. You have a midterm and a final, and you have a midterm and a final presentation, and it's team. These are the 2 times that you have to dress professionally. And there's another time that you're going to have to dress professionally, and I'll discuss that in a minute. Okay, let's continue. All right, I told you about the grades, no incompletes. 30% of your grade is based on homework assignments, e-portfolio, and the Women's History Month events. 20% is the midterm, team midterm presentation and final, team final presentation. 20% of your grade, 10% each for the midterm exam and the final exam, and you have a capstone project. So as you can see, folks, this is going to be a very busy semester. These are the official Hostos grades. This is a college level course. Don't ask me for an R grade. Okay, and everything else is based on what's in the Hostos catalog. Okay, so let's go back to our website. Okay, so course information. Let's continue. All right, we talked about, there's a section, the same thing that you see on the syllabus. This is a guide to Blackboard Collaborate when we do our office hours, or anytime I need to meet with you as a group or as individuals. All right, so this gives you the steps to how to get into Blackboard Collaborate. Some of you might know how to do this. I think Professor Neiman uses this in her OT105 and OT209 classes. I'm not really sure, but I think she does use that. Okay, course information. Go back to course information. Rules and guidelines, I've already discussed that in the syllabus, the learning styles. Rules and guidelines, just to make sure that I go over this very quickly with you. Extra credit, expectations in an online course is the assignments, and I'm pretty good at responding to emails and texts. And speaking of emails and texts, I would prefer that you send me an email or a text. Please do not leave a voice message on my cell phone. Or some of you just call and don't even leave a voice message. I would prefer to see something in writing, either a text or an email. Okay? And learning styles, we went through the syllabus, we went through the grading standards, dress requirements, submitting an assignment, and all of this other material. Again, this is all in your syllabus. It's just that I've broken it down so you can see it a little more quickly. All right, so let's take a look at assignments. Okay, so we have introductory assignments. We'll talk about that in a minute. Notice, folks, that February 17th is a holiday. The college is closed, but you still have an assignment that's going to be due at 11 p.m. on that day. So just because the college is closed, remember, we're online. We are in a virtual atmosphere, a virtual space. So it doesn't matter whether there's a holiday or not. This is when I expect my work. Those of you who are planning to graduate, the last day to file for graduation is February 17th. I will post more information on that in Blackboard in the announcements page. The midterm exam is going to be scheduled for 11 p.m. Friday, March 20th until 11 p.m. Saturday, March the 21st. You have 24 hours to complete the exam, the midterm exam, telling me that you don't at the day of the exam, you didn't remember. I'm not hearing any of this because you already know in advance. You've seen the video. You've seen the link. So I expect that everyone will have the exam completed. Telling me that you forgot is unacceptable. I'm not even hearing that. Your team midterm written report, PowerPoint, and video presentation. Remember, folks, this is an online class, so we're not in class to do a face-to-face presentation. You will create a video. And that is going to be due at 11 p.m. on Monday, March 30th. The last day to withdraw from this class, and many of you are not going to withdraw from this class because it's required, and you're not going to see this class again until spring semester of 2021. So the last day to withdraw from this class with a grade of W is Wednesday, April the 1st. Spring break, no classes. The college offices are open, though, if you want to use the lab, if you want to use the library for other classes. Your last team final written report, PowerPoint, and video presentation are due by 11 p.m. Friday, May 8th. And the final exam is scheduled for 11 p.m. Friday, from 11 p.m. Friday, May 15th until 11 p.m. Saturday, May 16th. 24 hours to do the exam. All right, and it's going to be cumulative. So we'll talk more about that as we approach the time and the day. And again, you see the dates in advance. Unless there's something drastic, this is what it. These are the dates for the presentations as well as for the exams. More importantly, because you have to work with your team, so all of you are going to remember. But the final exam and the midterm, you see the dates. Telling me that you forgot or you don't understand, I'm not hearing that, particularly from a class that has already gone through online. All of you have taken online classes with either Professor Neiman, Professor Escobar, or Professor Lewis, or with me in business communication. So you know how to deal with this. All right? And collaboration, when you learn the steps of the Blackboard Collaborate, this is what the screen is going to look like, and you'll get more instructions when you go through the steps. All right? Take a look at Teams, but before we do that, let's go to the discussion board. Okay. Okay. So in your team, in your discussion board. All right, we have a Q&A discussion board forum. That means any questions that you have about the course material, the assignments, anything. This is where you post it. All right. Do not post anything that's personal, because in the discussion board, everybody in the class can see this, and only the classmates for OT104 can see this discussion board. Nobody else. Nobody else has access to what you post except your teammates. All right. So for our introduction, okay, please look at it. Your first assignment in the introductory assignment is to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. All right. I've given you instructions on how to use the discussion board and how to use YouTube to post your introductory video. This has to be a video, not a snapshot. None of that. I want to see a video. And you have to be dressed professionally for this video. Very, very important. The same way that I showed you the pictures of how the men are to be dressed for your presentation, your midterm and team presentation, your midterm and final team presentation, that is the way you're going to be dressed for this video on introducing yourself, because this video will be in your e-portfolio, will be posted in your e-portfolio. Now, make sure that when you are creating your video introducing yourself, there's a blank wall. You could have a picture, but a blank wall would be preferable. And certainly not in the bathroom. Not in any tile. I can't begin to tell you how many people recorded their videos in a bathroom with a toilet bowl. This is not professional, obviously. This is telling us who you are, your name, your major, well, obviously it's office technology, what you expect to get out of this class, because you know this course is required, okay, and what your career goals are, what you plan to do when you graduate. Do you plan to transfer to a senior college? And if you do, what's your major? What major are you thinking of? And also, if you're planning to be employed after you graduate, what type of employment are you looking at? All right. And the second assignment, discussion board assignment, and these assignments are due Monday, February 3rd. The other one is writing or working with numbers. So just simply tell us, I like working with numbers. I love math. I hate writing. I hate math. I love writing. I'm good at both. And tell us how you feel about this. This gives me an idea of what you're comfortable with, and also helps me to see your writing in both the introduction to yourself as well as to the writing and working with numbers. All right. So let's take a look at our assignments. And our introductory assignment, you're going to tell us a little bit about who you are. Please buy the textbook as soon as you possibly can. So I'll show you the text. In fact, I do it right now because this is the second time I forgot. This is the textbook. All right. And here's the link to help you to get to purchase the textbook, download the textbook, rent the textbook, whatever it is that you're getting an e-textbook, whatever makes it easy for you folks to make sure that you get the textbook to complete the assignments. Okay, going back to the introductory assignments. So the first thing is to get the textbook. All right, the Are You Ready? This certificate, we all know what a certificate is. Some of you are only showing me that you registered for the class, for the Are You Ready, the tutorial. That's nice, but there are 6 tutorials that need to be completed, all 6. And there's a grade requirement, so you can't get to the next tutorial unless you pass the grade requirement. All right, so if you took the Are You Ready course last semester, fall 2019, all you have to do is post that certificate. You don't have to take it again because it was only 4 weeks that since the last semester. So those are the only 2 semesters, fall 2019 and spring 2020. Anything before fall 2019, and that includes the summer, I don't want that. I want only the certificates for fall 2019 or spring 2020. Very, very important that you understand a certificate and don't show me you registered. If you have trouble finding the certificate, if you have trouble with any part of Are You Ready, please make sure that you go to the Ed Tech office in C559 and the techs will help you. Okay? Submitting an assignment. You're going to learn how to do this when you go through Are You Ready? The introductory assignment in the discussion board. Okay, I've already shown you this, but let's go back again. Okay, certainly not the Q&A because if you don't have any questions, but it's the introduce yourself and writing or working with numbers. Okay, so that's what I really want you to take a look at, and that's due by 11 p.m. Monday, February 3rd. So look at all the time you have for these baby introductory assignments. Not asking you to do anything more than that. And the last thing is to create a little avatar of yourself or upload a little picture of you, who you are. Because remember, this is an online class. And I'm not always going to be looking at the videos to see who you are. So each time that you are responding to something, submitting an assignment online, the picture doesn't show up on your document, but it does show up in the assignment link. Okay, so make sure that you do this. Here are the instructions for setting up your avatar. Some of you might feel very self-conscious about having a picture constantly shown, or you might say, I want something different. It could be a flower, it could be the flag of your country, it could be anything, just as long as it's something that I know that I can identify you with the picture. Again, this is due 11 p.m. Monday, February 3rd, 2020. Okay, so we've gone through. The other thing I want to go through with you is teams. Now, this is what I see because I'm the one who created the teams. What you see is team 1 or team 2 or team 3 or team 4, okay, or team 5. If you do that, when you click into teams and you do not see a team number, team 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, text me immediately because that means either you enrolled in the class late or something happened or I just didn't put you in. It's very easy for me to overlook. So tell me immediately. Don't wait until we're doing our first team assignment on February 3rd and you say to me, I don't have a team. Tell me immediately. That's why I want you to make sure that you have all of these assignments completed by February 3rd. And every team is I call them teams, okay? Here's the members of your team. Okay, so I call you teams instead of groups because I don't like the idea of groups. So you have a team Blackboard Collaborate, a team file exchange, a team discussion board, your own discussion board that nobody in the class sees except your teammates and me. You also have a group wiki, a team wiki, very important because as you saw in the syllabus, all right, 10% of your grade is based on the group wikis or team wikis. And then you can send each other an email. Now, once you introduce yourselves to each other, say hello, whatever it is that you want to do, come to consensus as to how you want to contact your teammates. It doesn't have to be through the hostos email. Okay, you do have to have the group wiki and you do have to do the file exchange. And you may not want to use Collaborate to contact each other. But just come to consensus because I do not want to hear anybody send me an email or a text that you haven't heard from your team members. That is not acceptable. And as you can see, the team presentations and the team assignments and the wiki assignments are worth a good deal of your grades. This is not anything to say, oh, this isn't anything. And those of you who had me in business communication, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right? So, we're all good with this? And we went through teams. You know where my grades are. The grades are based on percentages and not points. Okay. And any questions that you do have, make sure that you either contact me via email or text, or if you need to meet with me, a group wants to meet with me, Blackboard Collaborate is still available. All right. So enjoy the remainder before we start, or want to get a heads up on the assignments because you have until February 3rd. Okay. And I want us all to have fun exploring our skills, our talents in office procedures. All the techniques that you have been doing for years, only now we're putting them in a professional setting. All right, folks. So thank you very much and enjoy. Any questions, Q&A that's general, anything that's personal, text or email. Bye-bye.